Welcome, viewer, to our trilogy of holidays turned horrific, a trio of spine-chilling tales. In the chilling embrace of Christmas Eve, a story unfolds that would haunt the memories of the Johnson family for years to come. Gathered around the warmth of the fireplace, they were blissfully unaware of the horror that awaited. Laughter and the crackling fire filled the room, a stark contrast to the silent dread that would soon envelop them. As the night deepened, the clock's chime at midnight marked the beginning of an eerie silence that seemed to swallow the house whole. This silence was not peaceful. It was foreboding, a harbinger of the unsettling events that were about to unfold. From the shadows, a ghostly figure emerged, its presence chilling to the bone. It began to recount a tale of sorrow and misfortune, a tragic Christmas from many years ago that had been lost to time but not forgotten by the spirits. As the ghost spun its tale, strange occurrences started to plague the family. Objects moved on their own, and the temperature dropped inexplicably. The family, once skeptical, could no longer deny that something supernatural was at play. The shadows on the walls began to dance, and whispers filled the air, adding a sinister soundtrack to the ghost's story. It became clear that the family was not merely audience to these tales, but somehow a part of them. They realized they must unravel the mystery of this ghost if they hoped to save their holiday from becoming a nightmare. As the family settled into the eerie silence of the night, the shadows began their macabre dance across the walls, seemingly alive. Whispers, too faint to discern their source, filled the air, creating a chilling symphony that sent shivers down their spines. It was clear something otherworldly was at play. With the realization that the ghost's presence was more than just a spectral spectator, the family knew action was needed. They embarked on a quest to unravel the mystery of the ghost. Their home, once a haven of warmth and laughter, had become a puzzle box of hidden truths and forgotten tales. Their search led them to discover a truth so deeply buried it was almost part of the house itself. Dusty old documents and ancient artifacts hinted at a tragic event, a piece of history that had left its scar on the very foundation of their home. It seemed the key to their predicament lay in understanding and confronting this hidden past. Armed with the knowledge of what had transpired, the family approached the ghost, not as intruders or adversaries, but as bearers of truth seeking reconciliation. Their confrontation was tense, filled with unspoken grievances and pent-up wrath from decades, perhaps centuries past. The air crackled with the spirit's fury, a tangible force threatening to overwhelm them. As the first light of dawn began to pierce the darkness, a profound peace settled over the household. The ghost, having found solace in their efforts to right the wrongs of the past, faded into the ether. The family, once terror-stricken, now embraced each other, grateful for the ordeal that had taught them the value of understanding and courage. As dawn crept over the horizon, the haunting presence that had loomed over the family all night began to wane. The ghost, having shared its sorrowful tale of a Christmas gone awry, found solace in the family's promise to honor its memory. In this moment of peace, the spectral figure faded into the light, leaving behind a serene quiet that enveloped the house. The family, once terror-stricken, now embraced each other tightly, their bonds strengthened by the ordeal. They had faced their fears, uncovered a hidden truth, and emerged victorious. The horror that had threatened to ruin their holiday had instead brought them closer, teaching them the value of unity and the strength found in facing the past. As the new year approached, elsewhere, revelers gathered, their hearts light with anticipation for the festivities that awaited them. They were blissfully unaware of the ominous clock that had appeared among them, its hands ticking towards a destiny far removed from their expectations of midnight kisses and resolutions. The clock, ornate and mysterious, stood as a silent sentinel over the party. With each chime, the atmosphere shifted, time bending in impossible ways. The guests, initially bemused, soon found themselves caught in an endless loop, their joy turning to confusion, then to dread as they realized they were trapped. Panic set in as the realization dawned that this was no ordinary New Year's Eve. The mysterious clock had ensnared them in a cycle of their own fears and regrets, forcing them to confront the darkness within. It was a terror they had never anticipated, a nightmare from which they desperately sought escape. As the mysterious clock materialized in the midst of the New Year's Eve celebration, a sense of impending doom swept over the partygoers. Unbeknownst to them, this was no ordinary timepiece. With each stroke of its hands, reality began to distort, ensnaring the guests in a temporal anomaly that defied explanation. Panic set in as the revelers found themselves caught in an unfathomable loop, reliving the same moments over and over. Desperation grew with each repetition as they scrambled to find a way out. The realization that they were trapped in a cycle of their own fears and regrets only heightened the terror. Amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged as they uncovered the clock's sinister nature. It thrived on their collective terror, using it as fuel to sustain the loop. Recognizing this, the guests knew they had to confront their deepest fears head-on if they were to stand any chance of breaking free. United in their resolve, they faced the manifestations of their nightmares, challenging the very essence of what kept them bound. It was a battle of wills against the clock's malevolent force, a test of their courage and determination to reclaim their freedom. As the final chime echoed, a profound silence fell. The spell was broken, reality snapped back into place, and the nightmare that had consumed them dissipated. They emerged from the ordeal not only relieved but transformed, stepping into the new year with a renewed appreciation for life's fragility and the power of resilience. As the final chime of the mysterious clock echoed through the room, the oppressive spell that had held the New Year's Eve partygoers in a terrifying loop was shattered. Reality, once twisted and unrecognizable, reset itself, allowing the guests to breathe sighs of relief. The nightmare that had consumed their celebration, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and regrets, was finally over. The clock, which had appeared so suddenly, feeding on their terror, had lost its power. With the ordeal behind them, the partygoers stepped into the new year with a sense of renewal. The terror they had faced together bonded them in an unexpected way, teaching them the value of facing their fears. This newfound hope was a precious gift, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, unity and courage can prevail. The experience, as harrowing as it was, brought a deeper appreciation for life and the moments they shared. The clock that had brought so much distress vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving no trace of its existence except for the memories it had created. Those memories, a mix of fear, triumph, and the realization that time itself could be a terror, became a tale that would be recounted for years to come. The partygoers, now wiser, understood the importance of cherishing each moment, recognizing that time's terror could strike when least expected. Our third and final tale brings us to Halloween. A new tale of horror began with the discovery of an ancient costume. Unbeknownst to the thrill-seeker who found it, the costume bore a curse, one that would soon cast a dark shadow over their Halloween festivities. As night fell, the costume's dark magic took hold, transforming the wearer and setting the stage for a night of terror. The curse turned friends into foes, ensnaring them in a battle for survival where trust was a fragile thread. They quickly realized that to break the curse and save their friend, they needed to uncover the costume's origins. Their search led them to ancient texts, where forgotten lore held the key to their liberation. As dawn broke, the curse lifted, leaving behind a cautionary tale of respecting the past and understanding that some things, especially ancient curses, are better left untouched. In a small, quiet town, a thrill-seeker stumbles upon an ancient costume hidden in an old, dusty trunk at a garage sale. Unbeknownst to them, the costume carries a dark curse from centuries past, waiting to ensnare its next victim. The allure of the unknown drives the purchase, setting the stage for a Halloween night that would forever linger in legend. As the sun sets on Halloween, the costume begins to exert its malevolent influence. The wearer feels an eerie surge of power, their demeanor shifting ominously. What started as an exciting adventure soon morphs into a nightmarish reality. The costume's curse transforms them, embodying the spirit of a vengeful entity, thirsting for chaos. The transformation sends shockwaves through the group of friends, turning a festive night into a sinister battle of wills. Trust, the glue that held their friendship together, now hangs by the thinnest thread as the cursed costume pits them against one another. The air crackles with tension. Every shadow hides a threat, and what was once familiar now seems alien. Determined to save their friend and end the night of terror, the group embarks on a desperate search for answers. Their quest leads them to the heart of the town's forgotten lore, buried within the dusty pages of an ancient text. It speaks of the costume's origin, cursed by a wronged spirit seeking eternal vengeance, offering a glimmer of hope to break the curse. Armed with newfound knowledge, they confront the spirit with determination. The night becomes a battleground, a tense struggle for the soul of their friend and their own survival. Each moment teeters on the brink of despair and hope, a fight not just against the spirit but for their very essence. As dawn approaches, their resilience pays off, lifting the curse and restoring peace, but leaving an indelible mark on their lives. In the grip of desperation, they embarked on a quest for answers, diving deep into the roots of the ancient curse that had ensnared their friend. Their search led them to a dusty, forgotten library, where an ancient tome whispered secrets of the cursed costume's origin. Within its pages, they hoped to find salvation. Armed with the lore of old, they confronted the malevolent spirit possessing their friend. The night air crackled with tension as they recited incantations, their voices steady against the backdrop of an eerie silence. Each word felt like a step closer to freedom, a beacon of hope in the engulfing darkness. The struggle that followed was fierce, a testament to the strength of the human spirit when pushed to its limits. They rallied around their friend, their resolve unyielding as they fought to sever the spectral chains. It was more than a battle for survival. It was a fight for the soul of someone they cherished. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, a palpable sense of peace descended. The curse, having thrived in the shadows of night, was no more. Its grip loosened, finally releasing their friend from its sinister embrace. Exhausted but triumphant, they witnessed the true power of unity and determination. The ordeal left them changed, bound together by an experience few could understand. They emerged from the night with a profound respect for the past and its mysteries, a reminder that some doors, once opened, can unleash forces beyond human comprehension. Their vow to tread carefully in the future was a solemn one, acknowledging that curiosity must always be tempered with caution. In the wake of their harrowing ordeal, the group emerged with a newfound respect for the mysteries of the past. Their encounter with the cursed costume served as a stark reminder that not all that is hidden should be uncovered. With a mix of relief and wisdom gained, they made a solemn vow to tread more carefully in their adventures, acknowledging that some secrets are best left undisturbed, for they carry with them the weight of ancient warnings and wisdoms not to be taken lightly. This brings us to the end of our trilogy for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed our cautionary tales. If you would like to see more of our horror stories, please like and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more terror tales. For now, sleep well, viewer, and we hope to see you next time.